that was, where T would start most of his music and
I
take it
remember you'd say, like, you
upstairs.
and your wife would be watching TV, right? He'd come
Oh
in,
yeah,
he'd pause
just
the TV, he'd
you
need to
knew
bang something out and then go
he
back and take the guitar, right?
and the thing was like he never like put the key lid on. He just have to. He would just walk right over and just start banging it. You didn't know if he was going to go around the corner because if you would have heard him picking that thing up, you'd have known he was getting ready to play.
Right.
And a lot of times he would play something and he would like just put the sheet music up on the top of the piano, but he would just stand, and work on something whatever he was doing, and then he would just take that. He'd write down a couple notes, and he might sit, work that through, and then he'd go back upstairs. You'd hear him working with guitar, like putting something else, like the song together.
Right.
But he learned to read and to write music on a piano.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the first thing. His first 5 years of an instrument. He was he was a good pianist. And I remember when he was like, I want to say like 10 or 12 years old, and he was just like, man, Dad, I don't know if I want to play piano anymore. And I said, dude, one of these days, you're going to be in like a ski lodge, and it's going to be like the conditions are going to be too bad for anybody to go out and hit the slopes. And there's going to be a bunch of hot girls in this lodge. And
And
there's
a
going to be a
piano.
piano, and you're going to come in there and be fucking Burt Bacharach and play that bitch. And I said, you'll be like, man, I am so glad I stayed with this piano. And he was just like, so the deal was, if he finished his next rehearsal, then he could start playing guitar. Because I bought him a Fender when he was, Fender was a Fender Electric. He might have been 5.
Oh, wow.
I think he was yeah, he was 5 because he got that. He might have been. I think he was 5. I think I got it for his 5th birthday.
Was he big young? Because he could.
Oh God, yeah.
Okay,
When he
so.
went when he went through pre-K, he was 4 years old, and he would like his entire class was below his shoulders.
Right. Wow.
I remember like some really good friends of ours down here, Peggy and Lewis. Like I remember like Lewis like went to watch his daughter play soccer, and he was sitting there, and he says to his wife, he says, "Jesus Christ, man, the fuck they let that big kid playing for?" Because his daughter was she was tiny,
Mm.
and Therese says or Peggy says, "No, he's the youngest kid out here." He goes, "How can that be?" And he says, he's Nash's kid. He has no idea who I am.
Right.
So then I met him at one of the games, and and then it was like 4th of July or something like that, and we invited them because the his daughter and T became best friends, like to the day T passed, and he's like saying like, okay, I'll go over on July 4th, but like I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna have in common with this guy. Let's just you know hang out for a half hour and just try to like float out of there. Man, me and him were fucking sitting underneath this tent that I had pounded into the beach, like one of those shade tents,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like 9:30 at night. We're smoking Cubans, drinking beer. I got a portable DVD player down there playing tunes. And his wife comes, she goes, "You ready to go?" And he goes, "Nope." She goes, "Well, the fireworks going to start." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "We're going to watch them on the roof at their house." And she's like, "Okay, so we're not going." He's like, "Nope." I thought like, all right, well, that worked out good. He was he wanted to be out here by 4. So good times.
Yeah. I see T running like when you told me the scene, I see him running on the field and like everybody. It's like a movie with where
Oh,
the high school kid signs up for like the junior team and he's running around. And
I remember
they all
one
think he's
time
just
it was me, Tamara and I were in. I want to think we were in Nordstrom's or Macy's, one of like just like a department store when people actually went to malls, and she was just looking at some like summer dresses, and there was another lady that had a little girl, and this I would say that the girl was probably 6,
mm,
5 or 6 years old. T was about 2, and the girl came over and fucked with him, and T just turned around and like double hand shoved her because he was like 2 years old, and the girl like hit on her ass and slid into the round display thing that the shit hangs in. Like this kid kind of disappears with like her fucking half her thighs are fucking showing as T fucking throws her, and she looks at us like, "Are you not gonna fucking discipline your child?" And Tamara just looked at her and goes, "He's 2."
right.
Like
They don't realize.
now you look at him and he's in matching granimals.
Right. Yeah.
Like he's a 2-year old. He's barely talking.
The adult small version of the
Yeah,
Granimals.
yeah.
Had they even question that he was like when they at the game when they're like it's Nash's kid and they look over at you and yeah the guy
No,
picking his
because I
teeth with
was
a
always
canoe.
I was always on the road, so
Oh
he
right, so
he
yeah,
didn't meet me,
right.
and then I was, I'd finally I was off because they played like Monday. I want to think they played their games were like on Mondays. Of course, Monday with either
Yeah,
company, you're not.
it's not a busy night for wrestling.
No, not at all. Never has been. And so yeah, he was. Boy, that was so long ago.
Yeah, well, like
My
sands through
wife
the
had a birthday
hourglass.
yesterday.
She sure did. I made
Yeah,
sure to reach out. I did my
thank you,
my
Dom. I talked to Dom.
duty.
I told my wife that Dom said, "Hey."
Did she able to do anything, or she's laid up still, right?
No,
So
I mean, we were gonna go. This is the honest God truth. We were gonna go to Hyde Park,
okay. Oh,
and
you sure? You're
yeah,
gonna
well
get a little
that
something
was the whole
special.
thing.
Yeah.
So like 2 days before we were gonna go, I said, so we're gonna go to Hyde Park. I'm gonna call, and she goes, you know what? She goes, I'm on crutches. It's not that far from valet into the restaurant. She says, I just don't want to get banged and knocked into because they're, like how we were seated last time.
Yeah, in the tight middle area.
And I said, I'm glad you said that because I didn't want to go into the dissertation of how shitty my last experience was there, as I told them they better pick up their fucking game before my grouchy ass gets there. And it's just like we decided, like, let's just cook some steaks out, have a couple of couples over that are friends,
Mm-hmm.
and my mother-in-law came over, my aunt's in town. We just had a chill night at the crib, and that was that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Bob Chimpo says, Bub, I could be having the worst day and pop on your pod and listen to you talk shit for a while, and I'm instantly sitting here smoking, watching, laughing, and commenting. Keep up the push. Keep working, stay healthy. All right, John?
We haven't given much to. We haven't been shitty to anybody yet today. We got to pick somebody out.
I'm saying, well, maybe there's something coming. You know what? I got to tell you, this week's comments were overwhelmingly positive. You actually tipped me off to that, and then when I went through them to assemble the
As I
show,
said, I read them. I said, "Wow!" I said, "There's not like one of these that's, you know." I think what's happened though, and I think that this I could probably, I'm pretty safe in saying this. I mean, grab for those of you that are listening and not watching this, I'm drinking
He's got to
water.
take a swig of his bull semen or whatever the fuck he's drinking this week.
Oh, some fucking water to stay
Oh,
hydrated.
water. There was something yellow you had over there a minute ago. What was that?
No, that was my colostrum.
Oh, that was
But
the
this,
Okay.
I know we don't do an ad for him, but this is
Not
what
yet.
happened. Ah! See,
Conrad built a little gimmick in there. You
That's-
try to hold something up, it zaps it out of the frame.
That's the
like
Claude Rains fucking colostrum.
Vader.
Yes. Now I can't remember where the fucking where
You
where
were
I
about
was.
to say that what's happening with our comments.
Oh, so I think that, and especially after, like, if you watch any news at all today on any outlet, like, the Supreme Court is going to sit on their hands on all this Trump shit, and there's not going to be a trial before the election, and there's just no reason to, like like I tell my wife, it's like, somebody brought up something, they were saying how China, they're hacking this and they're hacking that, and it's just like, okay, let's have this conversation, let's watch this, okay, us three, not right now, what are we gonna do? Fucking nothing. Shut up. You ain't gonna do nothing. You don't have the ability to do anything. It's like, if China's gonna hack my shit, China's gonna hack my shit. So
Mhm.
I could get.
Get a little aura is what you can do to protect yourself.
I'm just saying.
Be a great place to work that in. 5 minutes though.
55. What's the difference?